Jimmy's got the mic, the crowd goes wild, talking dreams we chased since we were
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Elite Real Estate Podcast. Again, on this fabulous Friday morning. And if you're catching us later, that's okay too. So, but you can catch us live every Friday morning on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, KGCI Radio, and all those places. So, super excited about another Friday here. And got the Breakfast Club line joined in as well, and all of our viewers here this morning. So I've got a very special guest coming on with us today. She's out of Canada. So this is our first international guest, I think. So except Gogo, but is Gogo international? I guess she is. So other than that, I'm going to bring her on right now, Miss Carrie Soave. How are you, my friend?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so grateful that I'm your first international guest.
Yes, you are the first international guest. I questioned it was Gogo or it couldn't be Gogo because Gogo was here when she did it. So it wasn't like she's international, but not, I guess. I don't know. So you're the first one that's actually international.
I love this. And you have such a great podcast. This is so great that you're doing it live. We were just talking about it. I couldn't figure out how to do mine live. So
yeah, sometimes there's a lot of moving parts, right? We've added KGCI Radio onto it, which is cool. So it's just another app that's running over here, and you're the queen of the AI stuff. So we'll talk about apps and AI and streamlining and all those things. So tell everybody about you, Carrie. Where are you? Like, how did you get to where you're at? No one started out as a child wanting to get into real estate. So
okay, so I'm in Canada. I've lived all over Canada, but I was born and raised in Niagara Falls, so really close to the border. I feel a little bit American. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I have a little bit of like a New York accent. I don't know, but yeah, I got into real estate because honestly, for the same reason I feel like everybody else does. They think it's going to be this luxurious, flexible job, and it's the exact opposite. And I enjoyed it though. I'm a little bit of a competitive person. It suits my personality. So I also did commercial. I don't know if you knew that, Jimmy, but here in Canada, we can do residential and commercial at the same time. So I loved commercial and I loved negotiating in that atmosphere.
Love it. Yeah, I didn't know you did. Look at that. Move my mic. I didn't know you did so much commercial though. But yeah, it's the commercial thing I've never done commercial, right? So it's like you get into this pattern of like I'm just going to do these things. So, but I really never done commercial. I think I've done commercial deals, right? Like like one deal, but for the most part, it's been just residential. So I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a lot different from residential, especially for a female, if I can say that.
Yeah.
You're going toe to toe with men that don't even want you in the room, to be quite honest. And I was really good at it. So it was a little bit of a rush at the same time.
I can see it in your eyes, right?
I got my first commercial listing. This is hilarious. $28 million development project in Niagara Falls. It was the bird sanctuary. So if anybody knows like Niagara Falls, it's right by Clifton Hill, the tourist area. And I had an agent in Toronto reach out and he's like, come to Toronto. Toronto's a 2-hour drive, okay, from Niagara Falls. He's like, come to Toronto. I have buyers for you. Come and meet with me. Show me what you have. I'm like, okay, I show up. And he's like, first thing he says to me is, how did you get this? And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, this is not going to go well. And he said, I'll tell you something. I got buyers. If you want me to show them this property, you have to co-list it with me. I said, I got up and I was like, you just wasted 4 hours of my freaking day. I'm going to have my assistant send you a fucking bill. Like I lost it.
Good. Yeah.
I was so, but that's what it's like.
And again, knowing you that I know you, I knew you were ready to break down that wall. So it was yeah. Yeah. I knew there was gonna be no hesitation there. Love it. I love it. So you spent a lot of time doing that stuff, and then where did you progress to where you are now? Like, was it, I know you do a ton of AI stuff. You're big with EXP with AI stuff and all those things. And so where are you at now? Like, how did you get to the AI thing? I guess that's my biggest question.
So I've been a content creator for my entire 15 years I've been licensed. So I have gotten all of my business from social media. I mean, all of the developers and big investment groups in the GTA, they've followed me for like 15 years. I would keep all my commercial and investment properties and listings off MLS because, you could do that back then. And they knew they had to follow my Instagram to see what I had, which was
Right.
cool. So I literally learned how to use social media to sell real estate and bring in more business and create a brand. And I started teaching agents about 4 or 5 years ago how to do the same thing. And when no code AI came out, so like 2022, November 2022, I think, I was like, how do I use this to make that process easier? Because social media is really uncomfortable for people, me included. Like, I look like I'm comfortable when I'm on my videos, Jimmy, but you have to chase me down. Like, my assistant chases me down to record my content because
Right.
I will use any excuse, like I gotta walk my dog, and you know what I mean? Because it's uncomfortable, and everybody needs to understand that we're all in the same boat. So how do I use AI, and can I use AI to make that whole process easier and give people more confidence in what they're talking about as well? That went so well. I was taking agents from idea to creation to editing to posting, all with AI. And, I know people don't want to hear this, but like, social media is a prospecting method like any other, and it needs to be worked 3-hour minimum per day, just like door knocking, just like all this stuff. And with AI, I was able to cut that time down to 1 hour a week. And everybody
Wow.
was like, okay, this will make a big impact. Why would that make a big impact? Look at social media realtors. Social media realtors struggle with the ups and downs. Why do they struggle with the ups and downs? Because they work super hard, hustle, 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 get a bunch of clients, and now they have no time to record content, create content. So, and we both know what you're not working for today means you're going to start in 6 months. So now we're on the roller coaster, right? The commission roller coaster. So it's a significant impact to remove 3-hour day prospecting a day to 1 hour a week. Huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I want everybody to hear, though, what you said, like one of the piece that I picked out was, like, whatever you're prospecting, you have to do it. Like, it can be social media, right? Like, because agents will tell me this all the time, right? Like, I'm gonna do social media, and that's fine. Like, you can do social, but you have to actually work the social media then, though.
Yeah, it's not an easy button. The only advantage to social media is that you have the potential of hitting tens of thousands of people instead of the 100 you might do when you're door knocking or making calls.
Right.
That's the only difference. You got to put the same time in.
Preach. I heard it. Like, like that's the thing. Everybody wants the easy button, and I get it. We all want it. I mean, that would be great if we just had an easy button and we just got business, right? That would be fantastic. I would love that. But so what were some of the, like, when you first started doing this, what were some of the tools you started using? And then how did you, because now you're building your own stuff, and it's like, so what were some of the first tools you used to start doing this?
Obviously, like AI video editors, because like for me myself, I just could not stomach paying people like $4,000 or $5,000 a month to edit videos. Like, that's intense. That's a lot of money. I was
Yes.
like, there's no way. I refuse. I'm gonna figure out how to do this myself. I'm so cheap. Like, this is what it is.
It boiled down to you being cheap is what we're boiled down to.
The whole basis of my entire company is me being cheap. No, it is. Well, heck, yeah, but there's so many like AI distribution tools as well. Like Metricool helps you get schedule all your content, and then use AI in the process and distribute it out to 9-10 platforms, which is helpful.
Yeah.
ChatGPT to create the content, but now I obviously have better systems. I've created like tools that will create all your scripting and your ideas and all that for you as well. So that's great. And then I just went down the rabbit hole. When something works really well for you and you're like, this is the biggest hack I've found in like the last 10 years, you go down the rabbit hole, you figure out how else you can use it. And that's what happened. And me being completely like an operational person, like a systemized person, that's my personality. I can look at a team systems and be like, oh no, that doesn't make sense. It would make more sense this way. Now, so now that's my brain, and obviously AI and my brain work really well together. So I created frameworks. I document everything as I go and I learn. So that's very helpful, right? I'm creating my own systems.
Yeah. And it's become now another business for you, right? I mean, it's become a whole nother business and another, basically a franchise, or not a franchise, but another whole nother.
So I don't even trade anymore. I don't have time. So I have a couple of companies. One is my coaching business for agents. One is a consulting company, which I've already been out consulting. So I consult for EXP. I built, for those of you who don't know, I built all the custom GPTs for their marketing department last summer, and built some stuff for the C-suite personally, which they love, and that's great. But I do consulting for builders, developers in my area. Now Medi Spas. I feel like I've kind of branched on the consulting side outside of real estate, because here's the thing. Consulting is more customized and we all get clients the same way. We're just targeting different people. So it's very similar. And I have a computer engineer because I have no computer background, guys. So I have a computer engineer there that can help me maneuver systems, computer systems and network systems in industries that I'm not familiar with. So that's always helpful. And last week we just launched an AI program for businesses outside of the real estate industry, and that's going really well. So yeah, I don't do any trading anymore. I refer all my business out to my downline, which is kind of like organically growing a little bit. I'm sure Kurt would be super happy to hear that. I just right.
Hey, if you're talking growth, Kurt's the guy to talk about, right? Like that's what he wants to hear.
Well, talking about growth, Jimmy. So we have had, so all of my tools, you got to understand, the tools that I build are for realtors in the program, but I used them to attract agents and build this company. So I built a solid brand and a solid company in a year and a half, which is, pretty significant. And I'm just using the same tools. So I had my first team come to me, enroll in my program. I've got hundreds of members in right now, but she was the first one who said, I want to use this for agent attraction. I think she attracted like 8 or 9 agents in the first month.
Wow.
Like, she's like, this is the best thing I've ever done. I created a tool as an agent attraction wizard. So I'm like, well, I'm at EXP. This is what it is.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
For my people.
Yeah, that's it. Right. And it's finding, like you said, you found something, right? And then you went down the rabbit hole. You're perfecting it and building it along the way. And again, there's no easy button. Or I love this one. Well, that was really fast. Like, no, it really wasn't. Like, it's taken me a long time to do this.
Well, and people think it was really fast, but like you have to understand, me naturally, I'm faster than the average person. Okay. It's in my nature. You give me AI and I can do 2 weeks worth of work in 2 hours. So now I'm compounding that. Like it is intense around here. I finally found a human assistant that I'm not going to fire, because I talk about that on stage all the time. Like when you use AI at a high level, how do you employ a human to do the same types of
Right.
things, right? You can't. So in order for me to have an assistant, I had to move her into my house. So she lives here now because
Incredible.
it's intense and I
Yeah.
work from home. So it's like, I don't know, I could be up at like 11 p.m., like building something new. You know what I mean? Like it's you for a while, you need to live here.
Right. Well, I think you emailed me back the other night. I think it was like 11 o'clock that you emailed me back, and then we're on. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, now we're on the same vibe, because I don't ever sleep. You know what I mean? Like it just, and then stuff wakes you up out of the middle of the night, and then you have to just start putting stuff down on paper or like typing stuff out, because otherwise you lose it. You know?
You're so right.
Yeah, yeah, incredible. And so now you've created. What's the new business you created for other businesses? Like what is it? What product
So
is that?
basically a version of my program for industries outside of real estate, because I have like mortgage brokers, insurance brokers, marketing companies in my program. And I'm like, this is like some of my tools are on, real estate contracts. This is very real estate concentrated, right?
Yeah.
So I need to create something specific for them, which is easy because I do it all the time through consulting. I build custom solutions for companies outside of the real estate industry. So now I just need to build a set of tools for businesses outside of the real estate industry. And that's what I did.
Incredible. And
Yeah.
again, one of the biggest things I've seen from like investors and everybody else, it's like if you need to solve people's problems first before you start selling a product, right? Because you're not creating like a widget that you have to store somewhere before you can sell it.
Mhm.
You're creating technology, so there's not a lot of overhead per se, right? There's not a lot of, but at the same point, like it's priceless material. So how do I do this? But then how do I solve people's problems? And that's one of the things that you've done along the way, is started solving people's problems. Like, how can I condense 2 weeks into one day? And it's through your systems and being systematized.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And you have a podcast too.
Yeah. It's evolved over the last few years. I think I've had it for like 3 years now.
Okay.
It's called Everything They Never Told You About Real Estate.
Oh, I love it.
And it's on KGCI too as well. It's evolved. Like everybody who comes on my podcast now, like we're gonna have a conversation about AI. So
Yeah,
I don't care if you know anything, like just be willing to have a conversation about it. That's all I care about.
yeah.
I have some like great people on my podcast. Like this year has been phenomenal. And I actually have some like tips for you for the podcast, because I've been
Oh,
using a lot more AI in my podcast systems. I was a person who would just like not know much about my guests, just go on and have a conversation and fly by the seat of my pants. Literally, that's what I did. But it worked, and like guests were comfortable. But I'm like, I need to get more intentional about this, and just be a lot more prepared and systematized, because that's my comfort level. So yeah, I have a process now, and it's an automation. So when somebody books in my calendar, they're sent a Google document to fill out all of their information that I'm going to need for it. Once they do, I have a Zap set up through Zapier that's going to take their bio and drop it into a prompt, add it to a prompt in ChatGPT, which is very specific, and asks it to do deep research on this person. That's why I provide the bio. So just in case like they're not very, out there on the internet. At least it
Right.
gives AI some guidance. But if you're not familiar, deep research is the new feature in ChatGPT, and it does. Oh, I got to tell you, it will do 20 minutes of research, and what it comes back with are reports that will blow your mind. So yeah, it can dig deep and like it found like so much stuff about Carrie Soave when I had her on like from years ago that you wouldn't find in a Google search,
Yeah.
And then it takes that automatically and it crafts the best questions, making sure or the best framework. I don't ask specific questions, but the best framework and where to pull AI into it because, I'm kind of like AI.
Right.
And it's really, and then that gets dropped into a Google Drive for me that is ready in time for the show. And that really, like, it doesn't have set questions. It just has more of like, hey, here's a statement that not many people know about Carrie Soave.
Right.
Talk about that. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's made my podcast a lot more interesting.
Oh man, now you got my head spinning. Now I got to do some research. Like this is so good. So is when you said deep research, is that one of the prompts you put in? Is like deep research, and then whoever the guest is.
No, it's like so if you have a plus or a pro account, so if you pay
Okay.
$20 to ChatGPT a month, there's a button now. It says deep research. You just click that and then put in your question.
Ooh.
And it's really cool because like it does take minutes, several minutes, sometimes up to 20 minutes, half an hour to do the deep research. But it pulls up a side panel so that you can see the AI like processing the information and asking itself questions and the thought process. And that's what I really love. You can see the entire thought process of the AI.
Right. Right. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because and that's the other thing too. Like I've been I'm 51. I'll be 52 in a couple weeks. But like one of the things that I actually have been teaching people AI now, right? Like because and it's just what I've learned. And again, I'm stubborn enough to like bang my head against the wall enough times to try to like jam through and type stuff through, figure out, and do some research on my own about prompts and whatever else, right? And I think that's one of the biggest keys that people don't understand yet quite fully about AI is like, what prompts should I even be putting in, right? Like, and I still have those people that aren't comfortable putting their stuff into ChatGPT yet, and I'm like, you have to start talking to it every day, right? I talk to ChatGPT every day, and it just starts to learn more. Now when I put stuff in, it already knows what the podcast name is. It already knows, what the Elite Network. It already knows my wife. It already knows the boy. Like it already just starts to know. So whenever I have it write something, it's instantaneous.
So Jimmy, prompt engineering is over. Okay.
Man, I love this.
There you go. There you go. This is what it is. If you're buying prompts or learning prompt engineering, you're wasting your time. We're 2025 and we have a thing called AI agents in the form, and they come in many forms. Custom GPTs are essentially AI agents. We have voice controlled command agents. We have all, and they are programmed to do the thing how they're supposed to do it. There's no prompt engineering needed anymore. Like we are so beyond that. So I really want you to look into AI agents because now anybody, like literally, if you can type, like forget type. If you can talk, you can use AI. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to understand or give instructions or how you want things done. That is gone. People are building out solutions where that's all built on the back end. And the reason being, if you really want to use AI as leverage, then the definition of leverage is to have a tool that can perform at the same level no matter who uses it. Okay, that's the biggest hack to AI. It's not learning prompt engineering. It's to have a tool that can produce a very, very high level of content for you, Jimmy, but also, I don't know how old your kids are, but have your 5-year-old come in and produce the exact same level of content by pushing a button. Like, now that is leverage.
Oh man, you are like now I got more work to do.
No, it's not. It's not. I have all the tools for you. Like, I have all the AI agents. That's what I do. I build agents so that all you have to do is push a button. It'll ask you a couple questions just to clarify like your purpose of what you're doing. And it's got all the prompt engineering built on the back end. Like, you can't mess it up. You can't say too little. You can't say too much. Like,
Right.
it's already programmed. Like, it's done.
Oh man, it's the crazy part is how fast is this happening?
Oh my God, it's happening. So I'm adding to my content, my program, and my community every single month, something significant, like significant. So, and that's what you need to do, because like AI is changing so quickly. Like, everybody in my community, like, they know I got them. It's a lifetime access community, and they know that they are going to know more about AI in my community than anywhere else at any given time. And that's the key.
Yeah. Yeah, that it is key. It's again, because again, this goes back to, if you think 2-3 years ago when AI kind of first was a thing, right? When we first started talking about it. And that was when like us people who aren't techie started talking about it, was 3 years ago. The people who are techie have been talking about it for a long time. Like this wasn't a big shock to them, right? Like, I've had people on the show that were like, "Oh yeah, this is a thing that's been here for a while." Like you're behind. Where I'm thinking like, "Well, no, I'm pretty ahead of this thing." Now you're like, "No, you're you're." I was like, "Darn it!" but no, I mean, and where? So in your mind, what does the next 3 to 5 years look like for AI? I mean, where does it go from here?
Okay. So, like, this isn't a popular opinion. I know there's a lot of AI coaches who tell agents that they won't be replaced by AI. They'll be replaced by an agent using AI.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be replaced by AI unless they learn how to leverage it, like they do hiring a COO or a CEO for their company. And that's just a fact. And I know it's super blunt, but how are you going to compete? Like, that people still think that that they're smarter than AI and they can do a better job than AI. And that is a very dangerous train of thought, okay? Because let's just say the founder of ChatGPT was in front of a room full of entrepreneurs a couple months ago, and he asked them, who in this room thinks they're smarter than ChatGPT 4 right now? That's the model we're in right now. Half the room raised their hand, and he said, okay, how many of you think you're going to be smarter than ChatGPT 5, which, by the way, is releasing it within a month, I think now.
Man.
People raised their hand. He said, put your hands down. It's over. Now, what are you going to do? You compete against AI? Like, I'm sorry, but you will lose. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are at stuff. If AI can do it at the same level as you can, but do it 1,000 times faster and 100 times more volume, you're screwed. So the only option you have is to have it work for you and leverage it like you would like hiring a really smart person that can do stuff that you can't do, which is the name of the entrepreneurial game, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's the only option you have. And the longer you wait to do that, yeah, it's not gonna be good.
Right. Yeah. But and I don't know if it was you that said something. It might have been you, but it was like one of the things a while ago, and it was like this is kind of like when the internet was first brought out, right? Like when the internet first came out, and people said, "Oh, it's never going to work. It's just a thing." But people who were on the front lines, on the front edge of it, were saying, "Hey, no, this is just if you don't learn it, you're going to be left behind." Right? And I feel it's the same way with AI. If you're not learning it, you're going to get left behind. If you're not utilizing it, you're going to get left behind because it's happening too fast.
Like, I've got AI agents that can, like, if you get like 10, 15 off, I don't know what the market's like there, but we've had crazy markets up here where you're getting like 30 to 50 offers per property. Okay.
Yep.
You're doing that. how long is it taking you to really analyze those offers, present them to your client, and make a good decision? I've got an AI agent that will do it. I just voice command it. I'm like, hey, I just uploaded 10 offers for my listing. I want you to analyze the offers, generate a summary, then give me a timestamp for all of the conditions and clauses. I think you guys call them contingencies.
Yeah.
And then I'd like you to email me that whole report. Also email this information to my client, Jane. She's my seller. And also let her know that I'll be there at 10 a.m. to present, and add that to my calendar, please. Thanks. Oh, well, like I'm shopping, or yeah, this is the future. It's not like Jimmy, the future is bright, baby. And like, if I can do that, and I can do that with 50 or 30 offers, how am I not gonna beat the living pants off of any agent not using AI? Like,
Right.
because you take somebody like me, and I'm not gonna go and like lay by my pool. I'm gonna go out there and do more deals.
Right. I'm gonna find something else, right? Like this is the thing.
Not that I'm judging. Like, if you want to use AI to save time so that you can do what you want to do that has nothing to do with real estate, bless your heart. Like, go ahead and you do you. But like, you're going to have people like me that are absolutely psychotic that will use their free time to build 10 more businesses or 10 more teams or whatever, you know what I mean, the situation is.
Yeah.
So how are you going to compete, right?
Well, we just had a question come in on our chat, and it's from Dave Petrolius. He said, "Hi, Carrie. Could you give us 3 ways an agent can utilize AI to increase our productivity besides using it for home descriptions?" I think we're past the home descriptions. I think we just blew past that. I think we just blew past that with like, can you just do?
That's one use.
Oh my God.
What I'm doing? Oh my God, you're gonna love this. Okay, so if you're into like traditional, AI is not a prospecting method, guys. Like, I think a lot of people are confused. AI will enhance whatever you're doing. It is not its own system. It enhances. It's something you add on to the system. So I prospect social media, but let's say one day I'm like, hey, I want to learn about farming my neighborhood. I want to like meet my new neighbors. So I say, I voice clip my AI assistant. I'm like, I want to farm my neighborhood. This is my address. I need a detailed plan on what this looks like because nobody ever taught me farming. I do real estate in Canada. Nobody shares nothing up here. No, I'm joking. If you're an EXP, you're good.
But Canadians are the nicest people on the planet, right?
Yeah. And I need a detailed plan of how many houses, how many times. Like, I need a full system. Then it gives me a system, but hold on, it gets better. I go out and I start. And while I'm there, 4085 Rolling Acres didn't answer their door. So I'm telling my assistant that. But wait, 4302 Rolling Acres did. And I met Jane and Sally, and they're a beautiful couple. And they are, this is their first name, their last name, their phone number. And they want to have me back on Tuesday to give them a full home evaluation. So let's add that to the calendar. Let's add them to the database because my AI assistant is a CRM.
Of course it is.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, it can remember whatever I tell it. So I can take notes the whole time I'm farming. And then tomorrow I can be like, oh, I forgot. Where did I leave off? Or I want to hit all the homes that didn't answer yesterday. And it's going to give me a list of the ad. Like, guys, like this use your imagination. I think this is what makes me really good as an AI coach. It's not my skills at building AI. It's my concepts on how I use it, because I'm a systematic person. I build entire workflows. Like, I don't stop at, give me a listing description. In fact, I built an AI agent in a form of a custom GPT where all you have to do is upload the pictures of your listing. And this is what it's going to do. It's not just going to give you the listing description. It will, but it's also going to give you your feature sheet copy, your ad campaign, the captions for every single social media platform that's optimized for each, and then your email blast. And it's going to do that all in seconds. Okay. So that's kind of what makes my brain a little bit different when I'm creating this stuff.
Yeah. So, and I'm out here telling people what prompts they should be putting in. We're past that, man. Wow. Holy cow. I am old. You know?
This is why it's so important to be part of a community that's actually on the cutting edge and completely up to date on everything.
See what you're doing here? Sandy just wrote in, what? Like, like you could, like, because I think it's because this is why I love, that why I was excited to get you on here, because I know what level you're at with AI. You know what I mean? Like, you're not playing with the rest of us. Like, you're already, you're way up there playing in the clouds with AI, and we don't know what the heck's going on down here.
Oh my God, do you want to hear what I built lately?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I used AI and deep research to do the deepest dive ever on the top CEO, COO, CFO, and CMO in the world. And it generated me a report of their personality types, the way they make decisions, basically everything that sets them apart from everybody else. And what I did was I created an AI agent in the form of a GPT that can advise people on what to do and what steps to take in their business based while acting as those personality types with those decision-making processes. Like it's wild. I'm giving it over to Amy Somerville at Success Magazine. She's super excited about it. I'm gonna give it to her to test out.
Oh my gosh. Because like this, then now the stupid disc test doesn't even matter anymore.
Well, it's really helpful if you have a team and you're managing a team
Yeah.
to feed your chat GPT everybody's discs. Because
Right.
then conflicts come up, you can like just hit your AI up for it and be like, and you can voice clip chat GPT now. So you can say, hey, Jane and Sarah are scrapping. Like, how do I even deal with this? And it's going to reference their disc profiles too, as well. So that's something I do for people that work for me.
Incredible. I mean, like, you've dropped so many knowledge bombs today. Like, this is amazing. And like, so the next 3 to 5 years, like, we should all be building our own AI agents, right? I mean, that's
Well,
or not building them, because none of us know how to build them, right?
I think in the next 5 years, there's going to be more AI agents than humans. And like, this is going to look like our meetings are going to look different. Like, my AI will be like calling Kurt's AI and having conversations and making decisions. Like, I think it's just, yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, and I was telling you, like, so I had my boys on my podcast a while back, and they're 20 and 13, right? And I asked them about AI, like, what were their thoughts on AI, right? And so I got this. My 13-year-old was like, "Yeah, I think it's just going to do a bunch of stuff for you." Like, he was like, "Oh, it's just going to do a lot of stuff for you." But my 20-year-old actually had an insightful thought process, and this is, I think, where it's very interesting to get the age difference, right, and find out what a 20-year-old thinks about what AI is. And he brought up exactly what you just said. He said, I think it's just going to be everybody's assistant. And he said, I think it's going to be a thing where, hey, I need you to call Jimmy, set up an appointment for Tuesday at 4:00. We're going to talk about this and give a brief overview of the thing. And it's just going to go right in and that's exactly what he said.
Well, I think a little bit differently. I think that people are going to have to shift into an entrepreneurial mindset, because I think all task-related jobs will be completely wiped out. So I read a report last night that says, and this is scary for me because my stepson is currently in college right now for computer engineering and plans to go to university after to get a degree there as well. So AI is apparently going to, in the next 6 months, replace, I think it was 90% of coding. And that's scary. And in the next 3 years, 100%. So
I know.
here's the thing though, and people are like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my jobs. But imagine the ability to democratize knowledge and skill at such a high level like that. And now what we can do is and entrepreneurs. I believe we can build companies with AI right now. And that's just going to get stronger and stronger. There's going to be companies 100% functional running with 0 human employees. And like that is the future. So I think that people need to start educating themselves, looking at personal and professional growth, so that they can be thought leaders, because the thought leaders will be the survivors in this world. And that may sound a little bit bleak, but like really exciting for those of us who already are, right? But also everything shifts. Like there will be more opportunity. It's just not going to be the opportunity that what it looks like right now, right? There will be more opportunity as well, in the form of starting your own businesses. And like Elon Musk said, like, will there be a need for currency when AI is doing everything? Absolutely not. Like this could, like, our world could look completely different in 10 years. Like this is exciting beyond belief, also scary. So yeah, start using it so that you can use it to your advantage instead of being just slaughtered by it. Let's do that.
Right. Yeah, and again, it does go back to like the internet. And I remember times before the internet, right? Like before we could just go on a computer and look stuff up, right? And how scary it was for a lot of people back then when the internet was coming out, and how it was going to replace everybody's jobs. But again, if you just didn't learn it and learn how to utilize it, then that's the people that got in trouble, right? Like that's the people that were going to get in trouble. Like I remember even, working jobs when I was younger and having to like remember the QR scanner, right? Like, and that was how we had to do inventory. Like you had to go actually like count your inventory, right? I worked at Foot Locker. So like when I was at Foot Locker, we had to go do inventory, but scan each item every time. Well, now there's AI for that, right? Like now I don't need to scan everything. It's already scanned. It's already done. Like I don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah, and look how much, like, to me, like, just for those people who are completely freaked out by what I just said, and I apologize, I'm very blunt. Like, I don't sugarcoat anything. It's just my personality. But look at the internet age and look how many opportunities, businesses, and freaking billionaires were created from the internet. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a sad time. This is a time of opportunity. So if you can't see that, start with personal growth. Start with, business growth. Start with just working on yourself, because yeah, you're going to need those skills.
Yeah. Jeff Garner says, "Holy cow, where do I even begin?"
Oh, well, funny you should say. No, I'm sorry.
Well, where should he begin?
Well, I have a program for agents. It's not even like a course anymore. It's literally like as done for you as it can get, because I've created all of the agents that you need. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's called the AI Solution, the real estate edition. And I have hundreds of members in there, and it's lifetime access and always up to date. And how can you find it? You know what? Just go to I'm all over the internet. I'm all over Instagram. Go to Instagram, send me a message. How about that?
Love it.
Yeah.
So everybody that's on live now and then listening later, find Carrie on the internet. Find Carrie. Use your Chat GPT to find Carrie on the internet.
Right.
That'll be your first lesson. So man, like all these things that are happening and it's just knowing the ins and outs of everything, right? Like, and I think one of the biggest things that Dan Beer said it. I was in a mastermind with him last week or a week or so ago, and Dan Beer said, and this is one of the things I really appreciate about you as well. And he said, what we can do is I can learn something, right? Like you've learned all this, and now I can just give it back to people, right?
Yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest things I think that with the people that I'm surrounded with, like yourself and Kurt and Dan Beer and all the people, like you learn something and then just give it away, right? Like how can I help people get better, and it makes our industry better. That's the biggest key, and I appreciate you for that, because again, what you've said today on this show has been like crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Jeff says this is mind blowing. Like what? Everybody's like, what just happened?
Right? Where's Kurt? I thought Kurt would come on and say hi.
Well, let's see. Let's see, Kurt.
Kurt.
Where are you at? You know, I don't know what is going on with my computer over here. See, this is why I need AI.
So, yeah, like you could just ask
There
AI
he is.
to fix it. You know what I did the other day, Jimmy? This is gonna blow your mind. Okay, so I go downstairs in my home, and I have like a mid-century home, right? I go down the basement, and I have a puddle, like a pool of water in my basement in the furnace room. You know what I did? I turned on, because I don't know if anybody knows this, but your Chat GPT has eyes now. You can give it your eyes, which means your camera. And I turned it on my camera live, and I said to it, what the F is happening? I gave it the shot of like my boiler, my hot water tank, and the puddle. And there was an error message, and it told me exactly what happened, how to fix it. Of course, it advised me to call a technician because I couldn't do it myself. But like, what does this mean for realtors if our AI has our eyes? Like, I can walk through a home, you guys, with this open and just be like, one of two things. Either what is this deficiency and how much it'll cost for me to fix, or how do I stage this home because it looks like crap? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's wild.
Yeah. Kurt's on now. Go ahead, Kurt.
I'm here. I've been here. I am just sitting here trying to figure out, okay, so Carrie's coming to town next month, and we're going to put on a clinic, and we're going to show you guys how to start doing some of this stuff. We're going to show you how Carrie literally can change your life in a 2-hour time period.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes,
Right?
let's do it.
And we're going to follow it up with one that we're going right back into Canada to do it, because we have a pretty big group that needs to understand exactly what we're doing, Carrie. And you and I are going to go bring some of these people on over and do exactly what we talked about a few months back, where we're going to have a little event over there in Windsor. And we're going to go ahead and help these people become EXP agents, understanding that technology leads the way. And Carrie Soave is the leader of that. And that way they're going to join underneath you and our tribe. And we're going to have this thing built out. And it's going to be pretty cool. So that's the piece. So you guys will all be welcome to cross over the border and go hang out with our friends over there in Windsor. Then what we'll do is we're going to do, and it's probably going to be, I was kinetic, Carrie. I was talking to my wife about it because my wife loves you, and you and my wife.
I love her so much.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So what we're going to be having, guys, which will be fun for everybody in the summertime, what we're looking at is going to Niagara Falls, and then putting on an event up there in Niagara Falls where all you guys can come up there and make it a nice little couple, like 2-day, 3-day thing, or maybe over a weekend or something like that. Maybe we'll do it on a Friday and give you guys a weekend to have some fun up in Niagara Falls, and we'll put together a really cool something to do by the falls or something the day after. So we can make it worth coming up. We'll have a nice mastermind. We'll learn how to do this stuff. We'll implement this stuff, but we'll have a clinic where not only we learn in the morning, and then in the afternoon you guys will be implementing, and you'll be actually setting these things up. And we'll really do that. And at the same time, we'll bring a lot of new agents that way in and bring them over to the experience of EXP in an AI world.
Yes. It would be really cool, Curtis, if we frame it as like a hands-on seminar, and we just break it down, and I can help them actually implement each day. That's what I've been looking at doing, because people sometimes need a nice kick in the ass and a little bit of hand-holding to do the thing. That's okay. We're going to do that.
If you look at in the chat, I agree with you, Carrie. Everybody does this, right? This sounds amazing. Holy smokes, right? All the wows and oh my gosh, and the Sandys and the Jeffs, everybody's like going, holy shit. I got people sitting in my office right now looking at me going, holy shit. And I'm like, yeah, we're way behind. But we don't have to be behind, because the person that is bringing us forward is part of our group. She's in our tribe. So why would we not be doing this with her? So They're all like, yeah. But the question is, how do you start? And I think that's the key, Carrie. So what we'll do is, like you said, it's a little kick in the butt. It's a little hand holding, but it's here's how you start. Now go. Now don't give us excuses of why you can't go, or else don't come to this. And that will leave the blunt straight in your face. Like you said, we got to be straight with these people. Either you're going to take action or you're not. If you're going to do it, we will show you. Now, I've been to a million seminars where people are like, oh, yeah, you'll walk out of here, with funnels and running it, it'll be perfect. And you go there and they give you this toolbox of like, hey, here's the instructions. Like, I don't really know what this means. It's in Chinese. I don't even know how to do it. And it's like, what a waste of time. We're not going to do that. We're going to make sure in these little clinics, these little breakouts, what we're going to do is show you how to start. And that way, Carrie will be the queen of how to start. And then you guys will be able to implement. But you have to be able to take action or we don't want you there. Is that
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. I really love this. Like, I feel like everybody here right now is thinking, oh my God, now I have to learn what she's talking about. That's the thing. I've already built it. You just got to plug it into your business, guys. It's not like this is not a learning situation anymore. This is just like a doing situation.
Yeah, we don't have to learn it. We have to do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Guys, everybody knows I'm the least techie guy out here. And Carrie's me actually if I could have anything, I need 3 more assistants, right? Because I have so much stupid shit going on. And that'll really help me a ton. And my wife will be very happy with me. So that's the key, guys.
I have an assistant for you, Curtis. You just tell it what you want it to do, and it'll just do it. Oh my God. I feel like me and Ricardo are just going to come to your house, and I'm just going to set you up. I'm just going to plug you in. I'm going to physically plug you in.
Yeah, you're coming. You're staying for a week. We're kidnapping you. We're going to build this thing out, and then we're going to put on the coolest thing for these guys to show them that if a guy like me who doesn't even know I don't even know how to sign in my damn email, and use my all these AI tools and my AI assistant and the whole 9 yards, you guys, it'll change your life. And that's what we're going to do. Joining here was the first step in changing your life because you had opportunity. Now we're going to show you how to maximize the opportunity. And that's what Carrie is, the maximizer. We're going to have a t-shirt set that says, I maximize with Carrie. And that's what we're going to do.
I love it.
Don't get me started. This gets fun. This gets really, it gets a little stupid. So,
did you guys see what I built last night? I built an AI version of myself and I posted it everywhere. You think you're out of control? Go check out my Instagram right now. It's literally a picture that comes to life and morphs into a robot of me.
Of course you have that. Well, Kurt, thanks for joining us, my man. I was
out of control. I don't know. I feel like I'm all out of control sometimes. Oh, geez. This has been so much fun. You guys are so much fun. Like, honestly, we need to do more stuff. Like, I love my upline. We need to do all the stuff. All the things.
Yeah. We all know how to have fun and we do fun stuff. And that's what we're going to do. And we've got about 7 minutes left, right? And we have punched everybody in the face with so much information this morning that I love it. And it's so good. And you've stirred the pot here, Carrie, in America. Like you've stirred the pot here in America. But if you were, this is the question I like to ask this a lot. If you were starting over, if you were brand new in real estate today,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the first thing you would do to impact your business?
Honestly, I would get on social media and build funnels, but I would do it with AI because, like, who has time for that?
Right.
That's honestly, I feel like that's the most impactful things you can do for your business is get in front of the most people possible, but also like have a system to capture them and stay in front of them, and that would be funnels.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a process, right? Like, people aren't just going to start like using you. They need to generate trust. You need to, so you need to do it properly. And that's what I would do.
Yeah. And again, like when we talked about this at the very beginning of the show, one of you brought the social media thing up, but again, you have to work it. Like, it's not just like I posted something today. Uh,
Do you guys want a little bit of more? Like, do you want to get punched in the face a little more?
of course we do.
Okay, so AI agents are coming in the form of search agents. So we know there's AI search engines now. Now there's going to be little spiders in the form of AI agents combing the internet for their master, of trying to find them the answers they're looking for. What does this mean for your business? Everything. You're either going to disappear or you're literally going to blow the hell up. Okay? And you can't just post something anymore, because these little agents can find value, natural language value. So if you're not putting out a ton of valuable content, and like, I can't stress value enough, okay? You are going to be non-existent. You'll be a ghost, poof. Okay? The goal is to be recommended by AI search engines and AI search agents. And if you've used any of these search engines yet, you ask a question, it gives you the best answer possible. It doesn't give you 100 pages of garbage filled with sponsored content like Google does, okay? It gives you the best and highest match for what you've asked it to do. How you need to be that match. You're just gonna like,
incredible. Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
What would be like valuable content? Like what would be like, if I were to post something, right? Like what would be a valuable content that I could post?
Okay, and this is where my experience as a content creator comes in for 15 years. Don't worry about algorithms. Don't worry about SEO. It's all really big words, and it all means the same thing. First, this is how you get valuable content. You have to understand who you're targeting. On a deep level, understand what they're looking for, their values, their pain points, their fears, their psychography. And once you do that, you need to know what they're searching for online, so that you can answer the questions that they're asking online. That's it. If you can do that, so you need to know who you're targeting so that you can answer the questions that they're looking for online in an entertaining way. That is the definition of value, and that will never change. That is just what an algorithm means. To get on the algorithm means to provide valuable content that people are, loving. And that's what they're going to love. Better way. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about what you've done, how many homes you've sold. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? They don't. They care about themselves. And, the best way to keep their attention is to literally just answer the questions that they've been searching for online lately, and you'll grab their attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say, I guess I would say do some homework on what your niche is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what you want your client to look like. That's one of the things we've always said, is like, what's your perfect client avatar look like?
Right.
And then now I, with the tools that you're talking about, I can hone in on exactly the clients that I want.
And it's even more valuable now, Jimmy, if you think about it. So before, people were throwing stuff at the wall and whatever sticked because SEO worked a certain way, right? Keywords. Now with AI search engines and search agents, it's actually advantageous to niche right down so that you are recommended to that exact person because you are exactly what they're looking for. But you have to communicate that as well. That content has to be out there for you to do it. And you can use AI to do all of this, guys. Like, yeah, just use AI to do it. Use my agents to do it. Use my GPTs to do it. That's what they're programmed to do. All of my GPTs, they're also programmed to only create content that is, optimized for SEO search engines and agents.
Right. Man, incredible. So Carrie, we got about 30 seconds left. Where can everybody find you again? And
Instagram.
Just
my name, or my website's carriesoave.ca. I think I have a bot on there. It's not going to be me though, guys. It's AI, obviously.
Yeah.
Instagram, if you message me, that's me. That's the safest place.
Hey, is this you right now, or is this an AI? Is this really you right now, or is this AI? Where am I at?
You're hilarious. You're hilarious.
Well, my dear, thank you very much for joining me this morning. An hour went by fast. You blew everybody's mind, and incredible. We're gonna have to get you back on. Like Kurt said, be on the lookout for some events coming up soon with Carrie here in Michigan and then in Windsor. So I can't wait. I'm very excited. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it, guys. KGCI Radio, appreciate it. We're signing off. You guys, man, AI, if you're not on yet, man, catch up. You are behind. We'll talk to you all next Friday.